So next phylum we are going to cover is phylum Annelida. So this Annelida term come from the annulus. Annulus means rings, and this idia means there is a form. So animals having their body in the ring forms, there is presence of large number of rings. So you can observe this diagram. Here you will see presence of rings. A typical example we can keep in our mind, that is earthworm. Earthworm also belong to the phylum Annelida. This phylum is advanced in comparison to the Aschelminthes. So while discussion we will notice what are the advancement in phylum Annelida. These are generally free living. They are found in marine habitat as well as they are found in the freshwater aquatic. Many of the members are terrestrial also. Exceptionally they may be parasite also. They have organ system level of body organization. They have circulatory system, they have digestive system with complete mouth to anus, complete tube within tube plan, we can say. Their body having tube within tube plan. When we talk about tube within tube plan means they have complete intestine or complete gut. Their symmetry is bilateral, means they can be cut into two equal halves from lateral side. They are triploblastic. This term is very important. These animals are metamerically segmented. These are truly segmented worms. Metameric segmented means repeated segmented. The segments, like we talk about earthworm, right? So body is truly segmented. Internal compartmentation is also there. Not only externally divided, body is repeatedly internally also divided. And this body division is due to presence of segments. Like our body, thorax and abdomen is divided by diaphragm. Diaphragm acts as segment. Similarly, their body have repeated segmentation. This repeated segmentation is called metameric segmentation, and this metamerism is due to presence of septa. Septa divide body into segments. So most important word here. This is the group which is truly segmented, metamerically segmented. They had trusilo. This is the first group among animals when we talk about Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes. Platyhelminthes was a coelomate, Aschelminthes pseudocoelomate, and this is the first group in sequence of animal phylums which have the true body cavity. This point to be noted. Body surface is externally and internally divided, means body is divided into segments. These segments are called metameres. This kind of segmentation is known as metamerism. Repeated segmentation include presence of similar type of organs or parts in all the segments. The term Annelida come from the annulus. Annulus means there is presence of rings. Movement or locomotion with help of presence of different organs like setae. S-shaped curved structure present on the body wall. These are called setae. Along with longitudinal and circular muscles help these animals to locomote. Some of them have presence of parapodia along with the setae. Like Diris have the presence of parapodia. These are the parapodia here you can see. Okay, parapodia which help in swimming also. Their circulatory system is closed type of circulatory system. So earlier in group there was no circulatory system. They have circulatory system and this is closed. Closed means blood run within blood vessels. They have like we have ventral heart. These are invertebrates, so they have dorsal heart. These are not true hearts. Some blood vessels are help in pumping of blood. So they have closed circulatory system. The body fluid run within blood vessels. Excretion is by nephridia, very important organ. Nephridia are coiled tubules which have opening on the body surface, that is called nephridiophore, and on other side there is a funnel-like structure which help in absorption of waste substances. This is called nephrostrom, and tube present is coiled, and these are divided on basis of pharyngeal nephridia, intestinal nephridia, likewise. Nephridia help in osmoregulation and excretion. Nerve system consists of ganglia. These are the rings of neurons present in surrounding of intestine, which help in coordination, which help in movement of impulses from one part to another part of body. Again, we have to remember these organisms are hermaphrodite, means sex are not separate, they are monoecious. Both the sex are present in same organism, but fertilization is cross fertilization, because fertilization is not carried out by the same organism. Internal fertilization, there is no larval stages. Some of them may have larval stages. Very important example given here, like Hirudinaria is this is generally known as a leech, and this is a ectoparasite. If they are a parasite, then they are ectoparasite. Monoecious means sexes are separate. Within organism both the sex are present. They are bisexual, or hermaphrodite word we use for them. So in NCERT, two examples are given, Nereis and Hirudinaria. This is a ectoparasite. Nereis is a free living aquatic worm, right? Segmented worm. These are commonly known as segmented worms. Their body is protected by a thick layer that is called cuticle. In earthworm, if we talk about locomotion, then they have chitinous setae, which help them to move them along with circular and longitudinal muscles. Generally, they prefer to live in the moist soil or fresh water, or some of them found in the humid areas. Like Hirudinaria is generally present in the humid area, and that suck the blood from animal's body. Next important phylum is Arthropoda. Arthropoda have jointed body, and it include all different type of insects. Arthro means jointed, poda means legs or appendages. Their foot, body parts have joints, so jointed body. This group is the largest phylum. 80% of all the animals belong to this group only. This is most diverse. Cosmopolitan presence means they present at all kind of habitats, that may be desert, that may be polar region, forest. In all habitats they are able to survive because their exoskeleton is made up of chitinous plates. This chitinous plate help them to survive in all different type of habitats. So 2/3 of the all animal species belong to arthropods. They have organ system level of organization, well developed sense organs are also present, complete intestine are present, sex organs are present, respiration by spiracles and trachea. So these are comparatively quite advanced group of invertebrates. They have organs system level of organization. Body definitely bilaterally symmetrical. We know most of the animals have bilaterally symmetrical body. Triploblastic. Body is segmented into 3 parts. They are also truly segmented: head, thorax and abdomen. They have true body cavity, which is called hemocoel. They have open circulatory system, and body cavity is filled with the fluid, hemolymph. Body of arthropods are covered by chitinous exoskeleton, so that make them survive in all different type of habitat. They are one of the most ancient type of animals. Their body consists of head, where appendages, jointed parts, mouth parts, thorax. From thorax, all the appendages like legs. Generally they have 3 pair of legs. So these 3 pair of legs or their wings arise from the thorax. And abdomen. So abdomen, thorax and head are protected inside chitinous plates. At the joint of chitinous plates, please remember there is presence of pores which help in respiration. These pores are called spiracles. So presence of jointed appendages is one of the very important feature. So arthros means joint, poda means appendages or foot. Respiration occur by gills, book gills or book lungs. And in insect, terrestrial insect, they have tracheal system. Pores are called spiracles and tubules present within body are called trachea. Circulatory system, they have open type of circulatory system, means blood do not run within blood vessels. There is a fluid filled body cavity. That fluid filled body cavity is known as hemocoel and the fluid is called hemolymph. Hemo means word we generally use for the blood. Okay, so they don't have hemoglobin pigment as the respiratory pigment to transport the oxygen. Excretion, when we talk about excretion, they carry out excretion with the help of Malpighian tubules which are connected to their intestine, and these Malpighian tubules help in the removal of wastage excretory substances from the hemolymph. Sometime beside Malpighian tubules, they also have presence of green glands. We use another term that is called the green glands. When we talk about sensory organs, as earlier I mentioned, they have well developed sensory system. So that sensory system include antenna, which even are able to perceive the odor with the help of antenna. Antenna are present in most of the insects. They have taste receptors present in their feet. They even have the sound receptors. They have primitive eyes which consist of large number of lenses which are called ommatidia. They have mosaic vision and their mouth parts are adapted to cut and suck. Jointed appendages are there in the mouth. To balance, they have presence of, on the lateral side they have cells, these are called statocysts, and even they release pheromones. With the help of pheromones they can communicate with the other organisms also. Sexes are separate, means they are dioecious. Fertilization is internal. They may be oviparous or some of them are viviparous. Larval stages are present. This is very important. Development is indirect development. Larval stages are present. Always remember, most of the insects show indirect development. Like caterpillar larva is one example. Okay, so another examples we take here is the bombyx, silkworm, lac insect, etc. Some of them act as the vector. Vector means they are the carrier of pathogen, which like Anopheles, Culex and Aedes, which are vector for malaria, dengue and chikungunya. Some of them are found in large number and they even attack on the crop, locust. And living fossil example given here is the limulus or king crab. So these examples are very important. So that's all about the arthropoda.